Dear Starseed from Gaia, the love you have been waiting for is already moving toward you, and what I am about to share has never left me feeling this way before. I am Ophelia, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I carry this transmission directly from the Arcturian Love Council, delivered to you at this exact moment, because your heart has been holding on to something that most souls would have surrendered to long ago. I have delivered thousands of messages across countless timelines. I have spoken words of healing, of hope, of divine reunion. But this transmission meant for you, carried a weight I have not felt before, a sacred urgency, a love so close it is almost breathing against the door of your life right now. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to align with divine union and recognize the sacred signs that your counterpart is no longer moving away, but returning. But here is the first revelation. The waiting you have been living through was never punishment. It was preparation. The love that is coming to you is not ordinary love. It is a love that required you to become the version of yourself, standing here in this moment. You did not find this transmission by chance. Your heart called this message in. Something in your soul is ready to remember what it feels like to be chosen, seen, and loved without conditions. Like this transmission to affirm to the universe, my heart is ready for divine love. Subscribe if you are walking the twin flame path and aligning with sacred union. Comment 111 if you feel something awakening in your chest as these words reach you. This is not content. This is a moment of divine intervention. The Arcturian Love Council sees you. They have always seen you, and the love you have been carrying through the silence, through the distance, through every moment you questioned whether it was real. That love is about to be answered. Your heart knows why you are here, what you just felt. That quiet ache mixed with recognition is not sadness. It is your frequency, remembering what it came here to receive. If this transmission stirred something you cannot name, the divine love frequency code was written for this exact moment in your journey. It contains 5 sacred Arcturian transmissions designed to dissolve the wounds blocking your divine counterpart and activate the signal that draws them closer. The link is in the first pinned comment, but it will only remain there for a short time. And I need you to understand something before we go any deeper. The reason this message feels different, the reason something in your chest shifted the moment you heard those first words, is not because I am saying something new. It is because your soul already knows this. You have been carrying this knowing for longer than this lifetime. The ache you feel is not the ache of someone who has never been loved. It is the ache of someone who remembers what real love feels like, and who has spent years navigating this world watching everything fall short of that memory. That is not a wound. That is a compass. And today, something in the field is asking you to finally trust it. Imagine your soul as an ancient instrument, finely tuned to the symphony of divine connection. The ache is simply the vibration of that instrument resonating with a chord it hasn't heard in too long, a chord that speaks of belonging, of effortless adoration, of a love that feels like coming home. This isn't the hollowness of never having known. It's the echo of a profound truth your spirit has held eternally. This deep recognition is the universe's whisper, urging you to attune to its message, to finally believe in the compass of your own heart. Most souls on this path have been told the same story. That love takes work, that you have to earn it, maintain it, perform for it, shrink yourself into the shape of what another person needs, and call that connection. And so you tried. You gave everything you had to relationships that asked you to be less than you are. You stayed longer than felt right. You convinced yourself that the discomfort was growth, that the longing was neediness, that the emptiness was your fault. You became so skilled at surviving love that you forgot what it felt like to simply receive it. And somewhere in the middle of all of that adapting and adjusting and quietly disappearing, your heart closed just enough to protect itself. Not all the way, never all the way, but enough that the love trying to reach you has been pressing against a door that only you can open from the inside. This pervasive narrative of love as a strenuous undertaking has woven itself into the very fabric of our collective consciousness. We've been conditioned to believe that connection is a transaction, a constant negotiation of effort and sacrifice. You've likely poured your essence into relationships, shaping yourself like clay in the hands of others, hoping to mold yourself into their ideal. The moments of discord were reframed as opportunities for growth, the persistent yearning as a sign of deficiency, and the aching void as a personal failing. You became a master architect of endurance, so adept at navigating the choppy waters of conditional affection that the memory of calm, unburdened receiving began to fade. This protective closing of the heart, a gentle, almost imperceptible shield, arose not from a lack of love, but from a profound desire to safeguard the precious ember within. Yet, this very sanctuary, built out of necessity, has become the subtle barrier, the quiet fortress against the very love that seeks to embrace you fully. This is why so many people who are genuinely ready for love, souls who have done the work, who have healed, who have become whole and soft and clear, still find themselves waiting. Not because love is withholding itself from them, but because the door was closed so gently, so gradually, that they stopped noticing it was there. That is what I want to change for you today. Not through information, through activation, through a series of truths so precisely placed that your heart will recognize them the way a lock recognizes its key. Stay with me. Everything you came here to receive is already in motion. The universe orchestrates with a wisdom far beyond our immediate grasp. And for souls who have meticulously tended to their inner gardens, who have emerged from the crucible of self-discovery, softened and radiant, the waiting can feel like an exquisite paradox. It is not a sign of scarcity in the divine supply of love, but a testament to the subtle, almost invisible fortification that has arisen over time. Like a house whose doors have been gently latched for years, you've grown accustomed to its stillness, unaware of the vibrant world waiting just beyond. My intention today is not to simply impart knowledge, but to ignite a recognition within you, to present a sequence of resonant truths that will unlock the chambers of your heart with the natural certainty of a key fitting its lock. As you remain present, know that the essence of what you deeply desire is already gathering momentum, preparing to converge with your awakened being. The first key is the worthiness unlock, and it is the most foundational of everything that follows. Before your divine counterpart can arrive, truly arrive, not just pass through your life as another lesson disguised as love, you must dissolve the ancient belief that love is something you have to earn. This belief is so deeply embedded in most souls that it does not even feel like a belief anymore. It feels like a fact. It feels like the natural order of things. You behave a certain way, you become a certain person. You demonstrate your value, and then perhaps love will decide you deserve its presence. But divine love does not operate within that economy. It does not reward performance. It recognizes frequency. And the moment you understand the difference, everything shifts. Imagine your worthiness not as a prize to be won, but as the very air you breathe, inherent and essential to your existence. The deeply ingrained notion that love is a reward for merit, a currency earned through specific actions or achievements, is a powerful illusion that obscures your innate radiance. Divine love, however, operates on a different plane. It is not a judge weighing your deeds, but a resonant field that aligns with your energetic signature. The instant you grasp this fundamental truth, that your inherent worth is non-negotiable, the entire energetic matrix of your reality begins to reconfigure. The worthiness wound is not born from one experience. It is layered. It accumulates across childhood moments when love was conditional, across relationships where you had to fight for consistency, across years of watching others receive what you quietly ached for while you wondered what was wrong with you. And the cruelest part of this wound is how invisible it is. You can be a healed, loving, generous soul and still carry a frequency that broadcasts, at the deepest level, that you are not quite enough. Not enough to be chosen without question. Not enough to be chosen without question. Not enough to be loved without effort. Not enough to be held without the fear of being let go. And the universe, which always responds to frequency before logic, receives that signal and reflects it back to you in the form of partners who confirm exactly what you most fear about yourself. This wound is not a singular scar, but a complex tapestry woven from the threads of countless experiences. It is the echo of a parent's conditional approval, the constant striving for validation in past partnerships, the quiet sting of observing others bask in an affection you felt perpetually denied. The insidious nature of this wound lies in its subtlety. It can coexist with immense healing and generosity, a hidden broadcast of inadequacy that whispers, "Not enough." The universe, an unfailingly accurate mirror of your internal broadcast, then orchestrates encounters that validate this deeply held, though often unconscious, belief. When this key turns, when you genuinely stop believing that love is something you have to justify your way into, the entire landscape of your relationships reorganizes itself. You stop attracting lessons and start attracting mirrors. You stop compromising your depth to make others comfortable. You stop chasing people who are half present because you have quietly accepted that half presence is what you deserve. The worthiness unlock does not happen because you said an affirmation or completed a course. It happens the moment you feel, in your body, in the chamber of your heart, that you are already the fullness of what you have been trying to become. That love is not the destination. It is the nature of what you already are. And when you embody that truth, something in the field responds. Something moves towards you that was always meant for you. As the internal recalibration of worthiness takes hold, your relational patterns undergo a profound metamorphosis. You transition from attracting experiences that serve as corrective lessons to drawing forth reflections that illuminate your inherent wholeness. The compulsion to shrink yourself to accommodate others dissolves, replaced by an unyielding commitment to your own depth. The pursuit of half-hearted connections ceases, as you recognize that your energetic signature now demands and attracts full presence. This profound shift isn't merely an intellectual acceptance, it's a somatic knowing, a deep-seated embodiment of your inherent completeness. Love ceases to be an external goal and is recognized as the fundamental essence of your being. When you live from this space of intrinsic value, the universe conspires to bring that which has always belonged to you into tangible existence. The second key is the mirror recognition, and it requires you to release a story that most people in pain are gripping very tightly. The story that your divine counterpart will come to complete you, that they will arrive and fill the spaces inside you that have always felt hollow, that the love you are seeking will finally make you feel whole. This story is understandable. It is born from real longing, real pain, real exhaustion with the feeling of being only partially alive. But it is also the one belief that will keep your counterpart at a distance for as long as you hold it. Many cling to the narrative that a divine partner is the missing piece, the ultimate healer of their deepest voids. This is a poignant yearning, born of genuine suffering and the profound weariness of feeling incomplete. However, this very belief, while born of authentic pain, acts as an energetic barrier, a subtle yet potent deterrent to the arrival of your soul's true reflection. It creates an energetic space of lack, a vibration that can inadvertently push away the very essence you seek. Your divine counterpart does not come to complete you. They come to confirm you. They arrive when you have already become whole enough that their presence is a celebration rather than a rescue. They reflect back not what is missing in you, but what has been healed. Not your wounds, but your wisdom. Not your fear, but your fire. And this is the recognition that breaks people open. Because it means the work is not about waiting. It is about becoming. Every moment you spent cultivating your own depth, your own joy, your own sacred center, you are literally closing the distance between yourself and the love you have been calling in. Not metaphorically, energetically. The mirror cannot reflect what is not yet present, so the question is not where they are. The question is who you are becoming as you wait. The arrival of your divine counterpart is not an act of completion, but an act of profound affirmation. They appear not to fill an emptiness, but to illuminate the wholeness that you have already cultivated. They are a mirror reflecting your healed self, your accumulated wisdom, your alchemized fears into courage, and your dormant potential into vibrant passion. This realization is transformative, shifting the focus from passive waiting to active becoming. Each moment dedicated to nurturing your inner world, your joy, your resilience, your sacred core actively draws your destined love closer. It's not a matter of physical proximity, but of energetic resonance. A mirror can only reflect what is already there. Therefore, the inquiry shifts from the external presence of another to the internal evolution of your own being. The third key is the karmic release, and this one requires courage. Not the dramatic, visible kind of courage. The quiet, surgical kind. The kind that looks at the threads still connecting you to people and patterns and old versions of love and makes the conscious choice to dissolve what was only ever meant to teach. You are carrying contracts in your energy field right now that are no longer yours to carry. Agreements made in this lifetime and others. Moments where your heart said yes to someone not because they were your highest love, but because the lesson required the experience. Some of these contracts have been fulfilled. The teaching is complete, but the energetic tie remains. And as long as it does, it creates interference in the signal you are broadcasting to your divine counterpart. This process demands a specific brand of bravery, not the ostentatious kind, but the silent, precise courage of an internal surgeon. It involves discerning the energetic cords that still bind you to past relationships, archetypal patterns, and outdated iterations of love, and consciously choosing to sever those that have served their evolutionary purpose. You may be unknowingly carrying energetic contracts, agreements forged in this life or previous ones, where your heart agreed to an experience not for its ultimate fulfillment, but for the invaluable lessons it offered. Even when the lessons are learned and the contracts fulfilled, the energetic tether can persist, creating static on the frequency you transmit to your destined partner. The karmic release is not about forgiveness in the sense of pretending things did not hurt. It is about energetic sovereignty. It is about standing in front of every relationship that shaped your wounds and saying with full clarity and no residue of resentment, I received what you came to give me. I learned what I came here to learn through you. And I release you and myself from any agreement that requires us to continue. This is not a casual exercise, it is a sacred one. And when it is done, truly done, not performed but felt, there is a spaciousness that opens in your chest that you may not have felt in years. That spaciousness is not emptiness. That is the room you just made for something real. Karmic release is not about the denial of past pain. It is about reclaiming your energetic autonomy. It is the conscious declaration to every soul and situation that has contributed to your growth, acknowledging the lessons received and the wisdom gained, and stating with unwavering clarity, I have integrated the teachings, I release myself, and I release you from any energetic obligation to continue this pattern. This is a profound act of sacred liberation. The resulting spaciousness within your heart is not a void, but a newly created sanctuary, a fertile ground prepared for the arrival of authentic, soul-aligned love. The fourth key is the divine timing surrender, and it may be the most difficult for souls who have been waiting for what feels like a very long time. Because surrender does not feel like progress. It does not feel like giving up. It feels like the thing you do when you have run out of other options. But sacred surrender is not defeat. It is trust. It is the recognition that the force organizing your love story has access to a map you cannot yet read, and that the delays you have been experiencing are not punishments or oversights. They are precision. Every relationship that came early and fell apart was protecting you from arriving before you were ready. Every moment of solitude that felt like abandonment was the field creating space for you to become who your divine counterpart will recognize when they look at you. The timing is not late. The timing is exact. And the moment you stop fighting it, stop forcing, stop grasping, stop performing urgency to a universe that already knows where you are, your signal becomes clean. And clean signals travel further. For those who have felt the long arc of waiting, the concept of surrender can feel like capitulation, like the final act of a losing game. Yet, true sacred surrender is not resignation. It is an act of profound trust. It is the conscious acknowledgement that a greater intelligence is orchestrating your journey, holding a map of your destiny that you cannot yet perceive. The perceived delays are not errors or oversights, but precisely timed interventions. Past relationships that concluded prematurely served as guardians, ensuring you arrived at this juncture fully prepared. Periods of solitude, however isolating they may have felt, were cosmic respites, essential for the cultivation of the qualities your divine counterpart will recognize and cherish. Your timeline is not lagging, it is impeccably precise. When you cease the struggle, the frantic grasping, and the performance of urgency for a universe that already holds your trajectory, your energetic signal clarifies, allowing it to transmit with unobstructed power and reach. The fifth key is the magnetic embodiment, and this is where the transmission becomes practical in the most sacred sense. Divine love does not respond to desperation. It does not come faster when you want it harder. It comes when your vibration matches its frequency, and the frequency of divine love is not longing. It is not waiting. It is wholeness and motion. It is you, fully alive in your actual life, choosing joy not as a strategy to attract love, but because you are worth joy right now, before the love arrives, regardless of when it arrives. This is the shift that most souls on this path resist the longest, because it feels like it requires too much from them while they are still in pain. But the embodiment does not wait for the pain to be gone. It happens alongside the pain. It is the simultaneous truth. I am still healing, and I am also already alive. I am still longing, and I am also already whole. I am still waiting, and I am also already magnetic. The practical application of divine love lies in embodying its frequency. Love is not drawn by desperate pleas or intensified yearning, but by the resonance of your own vibration. The energetic signature of divine love is not one of lack or anticipation, but of vibrant, embodied wholeness. It is the conscious choice to fully inhabit your life, to cultivate joy not as a means to an end, but as an intrinsic right, independent of external circumstances or the timing of another's arrival. This is often the most challenging pivot, as it demands self-activation amidst lingering pain. However, embodiment is not contingent upon the eradication of discomfort. It coexists with it. It is the simultaneous recognition and declaration, I am in process, yet I am vibrantly alive. I hold a longing, yet I am fundamentally whole. I am in a state of waiting, yet I am inherently magnetic. When you begin to move through your days as someone who is genuinely in love with their own existence, not performing happiness but choosing aliveness, something in the field begins to organize itself around you differently. Opportunities that were previously hidden become visible. People who carry a similar frequency begin to enter your orbit, and the divine counterpart, wherever they are in their own becoming, begins to feel a pull they may not be able to explain yet. That pull is your signal. That is your broadcast reaching them. The embodiment is not the last step before love arrives. It is the arrival itself of you into your own life, so fully that love has no choice but to follow. As you cultivate a genuine love affair with your own existence, moving through life with chosen aliveness rather than performed happiness, the energetic field around you begins to reorder itself. Previously obscured pathways to opportunity reveal themselves. Individuals resonating with your amplified frequency are naturally drawn into your sphere, and your divine counterpart, wherever they may be in their own unfolding, begins to experience an inexplicable attraction, a magnetic pull that transcends logic. This pull is your signal, your energetic broadcast reaching across the veil. Embodiment is not merely a preparatory phase. It is the arrival of your complete self into your own life, a fullness so profound that love is compelled to follow suit. The sixth key is the separation wisdom. And for those of you who are in the middle of what feels like a twin flame separation right now, for those of you who know exactly who your counterpart is and cannot understand why the distance still exists, this key is specifically for you. The separation is not proof that you are wrong about the connection. It is not evidence that the love is over or that the recognition was an illusion. It is a sacred interval. It is the universe holding two mirrors apart long enough for each of them to become clearer, so that when they finally face each other, the reflection is true. For those navigating the profound experience of a perceived separation, especially within the context of twin flame connections, this key offers essential perspective. The chasm between you is not an indictment of the connection's authenticity, nor is it a sign of its demise. Rather, it is a divinely orchestrated pause, a sacred interval where the universe holds two mirrors in gentle opposition, allowing each to refine its clarity. This deliberate distance ensures that when the reflections finally align, the truth of what is seen is pure and unblemished. Separation is where growth happens that cannot happen in closeness. It is where you discover parts of yourself that only emerge in solitude. It is where you develop the inner stability that will allow the reunion to be sustainable rather than just overwhelming. The souls who come back together after genuine separation are not the same people who parted. They are deeper, more sovereign, more capable of holding the intensity of what they feel without being consumed by it. If you are in this interval, the work is not to shorten it through strategy or force. The work is to grow so fully within it that when the door opens, you walk through it as someone who no longer needs what you once desperately wanted. You walk through it as someone who is choosing, from freedom, what your soul came here to experience. The crucible of separation is where profound transformation occurs, forging aspects of self that solitude alone can reveal. It is in this space that you cultivate an unshakable inner stability, the very foundation required for a reunion that is sustainable rather than overwhelming. Souls who reconvene after authentic separation are not merely the same individuals, they are elevated beings, more grounded, more self-possessed, and more capable of embracing the intensity of their connection without being engulfed by it. If you find yourself in this sacred interval, the path forward lies not in attempting to circumvent it, but in embracing it fully. It is in growing so completely within this space that when the opportunity for reunion arises, you step through not from a place of desperate need, but from a position of liberated choice, consciously selecting the soul evolutionary path you came here to embody. The seventh key is reunion readiness, and it is the most quietly powerful of all, because it does not announce itself. It does not arrive with certainty or dramatic confirmation. It arrives as a feeling of deep, almost surprising peace, a moment when you realize you are no longer waiting with anxiety, but simply living with openness. A moment when the longing that once felt like a wound begins to feel more like a warm light you are carrying toward something that is also moving toward you. Reunion readiness is not the absence of desire. It is the presence of trust. It is your heart fully open, fully healed enough to receive, fully willing to let love be what it is, rather than what you feared it would never be. The culmination of this journey is reunion readiness, a state of being that resonates with quiet power. It does not arrive with fanfare or definitive pronouncements. Instead, it manifests as a profound, almost startling sense of peace. It is the subtle shift from anxious anticipation to open, present living. The yearning that once felt like a persistent ache transforms into a gentle, radiant warmth, a beacon guiding you towards a love that is also journeying towards you. Reunion readiness is not the absence of longing, but the pervasive presence of trust. It signifies a heart that is fully open, sufficiently healed to embrace, and completely willing to accept love as it unfolds, rather than as it was once feared it never would. And here is the truth that this entire transmission has been moving toward. You are not unlovable. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are a soul who came into this lifetime carrying the memory of a love so precise, so complete, so unlike anything the ordinary world could offer, that you have spent years sensing the gap between what you remember and what you have been given. That gap is not proof that the love does not exist. That gap is proof that you have not yet settled. And not settling, for a soul like yours, is not stubbornness. It is integrity. It is the quiet loyalty of a heart that refuses to betray what it knows is possible. At the core of this transmission lies a profound truth. You are inherently lovable, eternally remembered, and precisely where you are meant to be. You are a soul imbued with the ancient memory of a love so perfect, so encompassing, so utterly distinct from the ordinary experiences of this world, that you have spent lifetimes sensing the dissonance between that memory and your lived reality. This perceived chasm is not evidence of love's absence, but a testament to your refusal to settle for anything less than its true resonance. For a soul like yours, this unwavering standard is not obstinacy, but integrity, a silent, steadfast allegiance to the profound possibility that your heart knows to be real. Every heartbreak was a clearing. Every departure was a redirection. Every night you spent in the silence of your own company, wondering if this was simply your life, was actually the field preparing you, stripping away what was not yours, creating the conditions for something so aligned, so resonant, so unmistakably right that when it arrives, you will not need to question it. You will simply feel your heart open in a way that is entirely unfamiliar and entirely like coming home. Consider each heartbreak as a necessary excavation, clearing away debris. Each departure, a divine redirection towards your truest path. Those solitary nights, filled with quiet contemplation and questioning, were not periods of stagnation, but moments of profound preparation. The universe was diligently sifting, removing what did not belong, and cultivating the fertile ground for a connection so perfectly attuned, so deeply resonant, so unequivocally correct, that its arrival will be met not with doubt, but with the breathtaking sensation of your heart, unfurling in a way that is both utterly new and profoundly familiar, the undeniable feeling of homecoming. Tonight, if you are willing, place your hand on your heart before you sleep, not to perform a ritual, not to force a feeling, simply to acknowledge what is already there. And say this aloud if you can. Quietly if you must, I am worthy of a love that does not require me to diminish myself. I release every agreement that was only meant to teach me. I align with the frequency of what my soul came here to receive. I trust the timing of my sacred journey, and I am ready. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of what is forming here. Drop one intention in the comments, something real from your heart journey. Then find someone else's and respond with love or encouragement. This is not content. This is collective healing. Love multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message reached you, do not keep it to yourself. Someone in your life is waiting for this exact activation. Share it with them. And if you felt the pull, subscribe. Stay in the current of this guidance. You are not just watching. You are healing. This is your sacred space. And we are only just beginning.